When I first landed in Ho Chi Minh City, I genuinely thought I made a mistake. I remember sitting in my Airbnb thinking, yeah, I'm not built for this. I even looked at flights back to Canada, which is absolutely crazy. I came here with all the usual Western assumptions, dirt roads, chaos, underdevelopment. But when I walked outside, I saw this. And it's crazy because I've traveled to a lot of cities that people would call world-class. Tokyo, Barcelona, Sydney, Dublin, New York, California, even Toronto. Cities with reputation, cities that truly set the bar. And for some reason, Ho Chi Minh needs to be in the conversation. Glass buildings, modern architecture, places to eat absolutely everywhere. An absolutely vibrant nightlife, and just people naturally enjoying life. The city isn't trying to impress you in any way, but it just is. And once that clicked for me, everything completely changed. Of course, you can't talk about Vietnam without talking about the traffic. It genuinely feels like the heartbeat of the city. It's absolutely unhinged. There's no rules. You could go in any lane you want. You'll be in oncoming traffic half the time, but for some reason, it just works. And it's unlike anything I've experienced, even during, the peak hours between 5 and 7 p.m. where everyone's trying to get home. And the streets are absolutely packed. There's cars, bikes everywhere. It still keeps flowing. And you'll eventually get to where you gotta go within a reasonable amount of time. To be honest with you, the first time I got on a grab bike, I genuinely thought, this is how it ends. I'm gonna die. Even though I'm holding on to the oh shit handle while he's driving a crotch rocket weaving through the traffic, somehow I felt safe. And the wild part about it was actually fun. Especially when it's late at night, you just had a night out, you wanna get on your grab, you're heading home, you feel the wind in your hair, you're probably still drunk. Yeah, it feels amazing. Another reason that people tend to stay here is the budget level. They truly have something for everybody. Whether you wanna live that backpacker lifestyle, where you're trying to spend less than $500 a month. You want to be in that more comfortable bracket where you're spending a little over $1,000 a month on your accommodations, or you can live the luxury lifestyle and be up to $2,000-$3,000 a month. The cool thing about Vietnam is it truly has something for everyone at every price point, and you don't have to be worried about coming to a place like this and getting absolutely rinsed unless you're looking for it. And this doesn't just come from accommodations, this can also be food, where you've got your $1 banh mi, you've got the $1 coffees, or you can have anything in between, up to your $50 luxury steak or seafood meals. There's really something for everybody at every price point. And I think that is such an attraction here in the city. You never feel like you've got to compromise at any point. You can just kind of live the life that you want to live here in this city. So one of the biggest culture shocks here in Vietnam was the nightlife. Drinking culture in this country is absolutely massive. Whether it's expats, travelers, locals, everybody is drinking, everybody is going out. Whether it's rooftop bars, hidden cocktail spots, beers on the sidewalk, or even the Boi Vien walking street, which, I would recommend visiting it once or twice, but I am so over that place. But if you want an absolute sensory overload like you've never experienced, by all means, go walk through that street, it will deliver. But here it feels like it's not just partying, it's social, it's communal, and it's kind of how the city just unwinds after an extremely busy day. But some people, it's every night, and the locals are no different. All they do is find a nice local bar where you're spending $20K per beer, and you've got your plastic chair that's eventually gonna hurt your back within 20 minutes. And you just talk shit about everybody and everything. I mean, it's a simple life. It's a slower life. And I kind of respect it. Even though, we do something similar back home. The difference is every time you go out, you're spending $50 to $100 on one beer and an appetizer. Here, you're living like a king, especially if you're staying at a local bar where it's costing you $1 per beer and maybe $3 to $4 for a plate of food. Aside from the nightlife, here's something that I genuinely didn't expect while coming to Ho Chi Minh City. The safety. I don't think I've ever felt this safe walking around at any time during the day or night in a Western city. There are places in Toronto where I would not step foot in. And here, I feel like I can walk around anywhere. The most you'll get is a hi from the locals. Other than that, they just leave you alone. And, I get it. I'm a man. I've also heard this from other women that I've met here who have agreed. they have never felt safer in another city. And I truly think the sense of safety will completely change how you experience a place. You want to leave your Airbnb, go on a nice little walk. Oh, it's a little bit late at night. Here, go for it. Other cities, you might think twice. Now, here in the city, there are tons of touristy things that you can do. And a few of them I would actually recommend because they just work. Go to the Saigon post office where you can send your family a nice postcard. I mean, they'll receive it in 2-3 weeks, but you can send them a nice postcard with a nice little message. You've got the Van Bin bookstore, the Van Bin Book Street. I think I got that right. Where you can just enjoy a nice walk along a street. They've got cafes, books absolutely everywhere. And yeah, if you're an avid reader, I think you'll like this. There's also some arts and crafts for kids to do if you're there with your family. And you've got the cathedral right across the street. And if you're here at Christmas, it's completely lit up as we go into the night. Other things that you've got, the War Museum, one of the coolest museums that I have actually ever been to. And I'm not a big museum guy, but I really enjoyed this one. And if that is something you're interested in and kind of want to see it before you go, I do have a video on it. Feel free to check it out. Mind you, there is some sensitive content in there, so keep that in mind. You know, you can go to the Ho Chi tunnels. I know, the name sounds a little bit funny. You can go there, see and learn a little bit more about the war and how the Vietnamese War played itself out and the things they did to ultimately win in the end. And not to mention, massages here in Vietnam are completely going to ruin massages back home because they are so freaking peaceful and relaxing. You get a good hour and a half on the massage table where they'll do both front and back, and it feels absolutely amazing. Yet, and not to mention, it's super cheap. You're spending about $300K for an hour and a half. What, back home in Toronto, you're looking at $70 for 30 minutes. So definitely a place to unwind, and be sure to do that if you're here in Ho Chi Minh City. You won't be disappointed. But I think the craziest thing about being here in Ho Chi Minh City is the moments that actually made me fall in love with this city. And it wasn't necessarily the tourist stuff, the walking street, the nightlife. It was the simplistic, slower lifestyle of the Vietnamese people. I was very fortunate. I got to live a little bit of both ends where I met some locals here. They kind of let me into their lives. I also met a lot of tourists who were here mainly for the nightlife. And the thing that kind of made me truly appreciate life here is that slower lifestyle where we were all sitting down around this super local bar, lounge, eatery. You're on the side of the street. You've got your plastic stool. My back's kind of hurting a little bit. And I'm just watching the absolute chaos of the street with my beer, good company. We're all laughing, talking. And it felt absolutely amazing. There was moments where you're trying to communicate with servers through the Google Translate app. And the thing with moments like that is they feel genuinely raw for me. And I truly appreciated every second of it. It really feels like you're not just watching the city, you've almost become a part of it. And all of this really changed my perspective on Saigon completely. Like, yes, there's the touristic things you can do, the absolutely vibrant and chaotic nightlife. But for me, there's also those awesome moments where you're just hanging out, relaxing, having a chill beer, and just watching the city do its thing. And that was actually really special. So, I mean, should you come to Ho Chi Minh City? I think that's something you're gonna have to answer yourself. And of course, feel free to watch my other videos. Maybe that will help you with your decision. I have to say, I'm glad that I took my own advice of staying open-minded when I came here, even though I was here for so long. You know, most people are just here for a few days. I was here for a whole 2 months. But I will say, if you want something that's more quiet, predictable, and polished, this might not be your city. But if you want something with energy, contrast, chaos, and character, Ho Chi Minh's your bet. Ho Chi Minh will probably surprise you in the same way it surprised me. So yeah, 2 months ago, I wanted to leave. Almost booked a flight back to Canada. And now, I find myself wanting to find a way to stay longer because I've absolutely fallen in love with this city.